Good evening. Today we are going to study the poem The Good-Morrow by Donne. Donne is a metaphysical poet. The poem's theme is difference between lust and love. L-U-S-T, lust. Lust is sex without love. Lust is sensual love, physical love. And love is something spiritual. Spiritualized love leads to a completeness of satisfaction which is beyond anything that ordinary lovers can attain to. In this poem, to say in a capsule form, we are going to study the difference between lust and love. Love versus lust, that's all. Now, Jonathan and his wife Anne Moore, they were staying in a little room. They were hiding over there. Now, obviously from some days back or from some nights back, they must be having sex. But then last night, what they had, that gave them, a satisfaction, you can say, intense happiness, bliss, completeness, that when they wake up in the morning, when they got up in the morning, when they woke up in the morning, they said to each other, "Good morning to our waking souls." Now this is the central symbol of the poem. Good morning to our waking souls. Here, good morning is used, or it has been used metaphorically. One is it was morning time, they wished each other good morning, so that is different, that is the literal meaning, but that meaning we don't need over here. We need the metaphorical meaning. The new idea what you get, you learn something new, the new realization. So, good morning to my new realization, to my awakening, to my waking up. So here, good morning to their souls. Fine. Now, Jonathan says to his wife, last night what we did, that we call love. See, in love, sex is included, can be there, but it's spiritual, it is love. So last night they experienced love. Now, he says to his wife, really I wonder, earlier, why didn't we realize what love is? Why is it that we realized last night only? So he says, I wonder by my troth. Now the good morrow means the good morning. Now the poet says over here, I wonder by my troth, truly speaking, really I'm wonderstruck at this. What you and I did till we loved. Last night what we did, that is what we call love. But before that, what we did, we were having sex and all, but I don't say that was love. That was not love. Last night one, you could say it was love. So really, I wonder, truly speaking, what you and I did earlier, till we loved last night. Now he says, why didn't we realize what love is? Is it that we were not weaned till that time? Now what's called to be weaned? When you take a baby from the mother's breast, when the mother stops breastfeeding, that is called, the baby is weaned now. We are weaned. So he says, if we were grown-up persons, if we were like grown-up persons, then we should have realized what love actually is, but we did not realize. So is it that we were not weaned till that time, but sucked on country pleasures? In literature, when you talk of country pleasures, you mean sex in a childish, foolish manner. Or snorted we in the 7th sleep verses 10. Snorted. Look, for human beings, we normally say snoring. We don't say snorted. We use snort word for horses. Horses snort and all. So he says, he is exaggerating the matter. That is it that we were in a miraculous sleep? Is it that we were in a deep sound sleep? That we did not realize what love is? Now here you have a reference. Look, the story tells us that in AD 250, 250 or 251, during the persecution of the Christians by the Emperor Decius, Decius, 7 Christian youths from Ephesus, Ephesus, took refuge, shelter in a cave in a nearby mountain. Their pursuers, that is those who were pursuing them or chasing them, walled up the entrance of the cave with the intention of starving them to death. But the young men fell into a miraculous sleep from which they did not wake until some time during the reign of Theodosius, Theodosius, Theodosius II, possibly AD 439 or 446. You can say they slept roundabout almost for 190 years, 190. You can imagine what a long time they slept. When they woke, they thought they had only been asleep for a single night. Magic, miracle, sort of a miracle you can say. And one of them, who went to the city for food, was amazed to find on the churches and other buildings the cross which, when he had fallen asleep, had been an object of execration. Now, execration means something to be detested, hated, to be cursed, and now cross was everywhere. That means by now, Christianity had become a well-accepted religion everywhere. So you can say the 7 youths, Christian youths, had a miraculous sleep for 190 years. They were in sound sleep, they were snorting. Now, John Donne says to his wife, is it that I and you, we were also snorting, we were sound asleep, that we did not realize what we should have realized, what love is? Then he says, it was so. I even think, I think, it was so. I think that we were not weak till that time, or that we were in sound sleep, that we did not realize what love is, what we should have realized. But this, the love what we had last night, except this, all pleasures, fancies be, whatever else pleasures you talk of, that is, those things are false, fake. All pleasures, fancies be, false. Now, he says, if ever any beauty, here you have a case of metonymy, metonymy. Here beauty stands for beautiful lady. Figure of speech, metonymy. I forgot to say, the starting 4 lines, there you have the, there it's a case of alliteration. I wander by my troth, wonder, second line, did, till we loved, were we not weaned, sucked on country pleasures, childishly, snorted, 7th people is dead. So here you have a case of alliteration. Now what's alliteration? Where we have the repetition of the same consonant sound. Here we have the repetition of the same consonant sound, B. Now it says, if ever, line number 6. Yeah, if ever any beauty, meaning any beautiful lady I did see, which I desired and got. He wants to say here, he's talking of his sexual conquests. That if ever any beautiful lady I did see, which I desired and got, before and more, it was but a dream of, he's saying all these things to his wife, it was but a dream of you. You are the ultimate one, the final one. Those things were just shadows of yours. They were, it was just a dream of you. You are the ultimate one. The previous ones, the previous ladies, my sexual conquests, all those things you could say that was just a dream of you. Now, second stanza, first line. And now, good morrow, good morning to our waking souls. This is the central symbol of the poem. The poem's theme. The souls have got up. It is an awakening of the souls. Our souls have realized actually what love is. So, good morning to our souls that we have learned this thing, learned it for the first time. Now, when love is intense, when there is love, they have a sense of security, completeness, and they can fall back on each other. They can say they trust each other. He says, second line, which watch not one another out of fear. Sometimes lovers or even husband wife, they can watch each other out of fear. Maybe she leaves me, or she can think, what if he has any extramarital affair? What if he jilts me? They have such fear and all. But here, when love is complete, they don't watch each other out of fear. For love, all love over the sides controls. Now, suppose I am with my lady love, she is there with me. Think something nice is there, a nice car, suppose a Mercedes. But I'll not look at that thing. If I see a beautiful sight over there, suppose I'll not look at that thing. I'll be happy looking at my wife only, or she'll be happy looking at me only. The love will be so strong that it will control us, stop us from looking helter-skelter here and there at other things. We'll be happy looking at each other only. And makes one little room and everywhere. The small room can become like everywhere. He says, he's not jealous, but he says, other people, those who are free, those who are enjoying freedom, they can go everywhere to the parts of the world, but we are happy in this small room because we are with each other. We are, in love with each other, we love each other, so we are happy in this little room only. Those days, humans were still finding new places in the world, discovering new places. In the maps, different places are dotted. So he says, let sea discoverers to new worlds have gone. Let maps to those worlds and worlds have shown. We are happy in this world only. We are happy in the company of each other. Let us possess one world, each has one and is one. In literature, something round is symbol of perfection. Something round. Now, suppose I and you, this is our love. Now, you love me, say I love you, and both, if we love in equal measure, fine, one half you keep, other half I'll keep, and if we join it becomes one. This type of love will never break. Let us possess one world. Each has one and is one. Now, third stanza. My face in thine eye, my face in your eye. Thine, your face in mine appears, your face appears in my eye. We the humans are notorious for giving false expressions. Our faces can be deceptive. Say a man may look good, but he may harbor bad feelings within him. Then even, to a good extent, the heart is reflected on the face. If you are good within you, that comes on your face, that reflects, that shows on your face. So he says to her, I can see myself in your eyes, you can see yourself in my eyes. And the goodness of your heart I can see in you, the goodness of my heart you can see in me. We don't have to fear each other. It says over here, and true plain hearts do in the faces rest. Now, husband and wife, they are, you can say, opposites, but then they complete each other. They are different hemispheres, opposite hemispheres, but they complete each other. So he says, if we talk of two opposites, then one will be bad over there. But in our case, both are good, both are perfect. Now he says over here, where can you find two better hemispheres without sharp north, without declining west? After west you have a question mark. This is a question tag. Where the question is pregnant with the answer, that's a question tag. It is used for the sake of emphasis, stress. So it says, where can you find? I mean, nowhere can you find better hemispheres without sharp north. So if you have like north, so they have chilled, cold conditions. Alright. Now declining, if you have east and west, west stands for something to, something decline. West stands for declining thing. Fine. So the poet says over here, our love, he wants to say, is subject neither to coldness nor to decline. We cannot find two better hemispheres than our hemispheres, me and you. Whatever dies was not mixed equally. Those days people believed that the world was made up of four elements: fire, air, earth, water. And all these things were mixed in anything. Now, if that mixing, that tempering is not done properly, that thing will die. Fine. But if the tempering, mixing is done properly, that thing will never die, that thing will be permanent, that thing will be eternal, that will be forever and forever. So he says over here, whatever dies was not mixed equally. If our two loves be one, again I told you, sometimes the poets repeat something for the sake of emphasis or stress. Like RAM thing in literature stands for perfection. If our two loves be one, suppose I love the lady 51%, an example, she loves me 49%, this love will break. She loves me 52%, I love her 48%, this love will break. Love has to be same from both the sides. If our two loves be one, alright, or thou and I, you and I, love so alike equal that none do slacken. Nobody's slackening is to coming back, pulling back. Like notice a business slacks off during summer, that coming back. Like say both the sides are loving like this. Fine. Now suppose this side, if this side slackens like this love will break. Or this side slackens, the love will break. But if no side slackens, both the sides love equally, none can die. In that case, I and you will not die. Actually wants to say our love will not die. Our love will be immortal. Fine. So we have studied over here in this poem the difference between lust and love. Thank you.